Okay, so here we're doing a little rundown of this Magnatone M10. I think this is the M10-A, if I'm not mistaken. There's two versions of this amp. One has like an 8-inch speaker and maybe like a tweeter in it or something back from the old high fidelity amp days of the 60s. But this one has the regular, just the 12-inch. So it's got the one single speaker, and if it has a tweeter in there, I have no idea, but definitely sounds good. It's nice and quiet once it warms up. For some reason, these amps, maybe it's because they're old, I don't know, but when you first turn them on for like the first minute or two, they have little these little funny little sounds that they make, but it gets nice and quiet. As you can hear, my guitar volume is actually up pretty high right now, not all the way up, but pretty high, and it's still pretty quiet. This amp is set up very similar to a like a Fender, like Deluxe Reverb or a Twin, though it's only about 30 watts. I think it's not a super loud amp, but it's got like a plain side, which is just, you know, a bass and treble. It does have 3 different like tone settings on there that you can set it on this knob here, and then here's that's actually the channel 2 is the plain channel, and the channel 1 is the channel that has the reverb and the vibrato, and it has 3 different settings. It has like a mellow setting, which is more like a jazzy, and then it has the regular setting, and then it has this like bright boost setting, which I'm not sure. I don't really like the sound of it myself. Some people might if they wanted to get a real like sharp cutting sound, but and it's got 2 inputs, a high and a low. I usually plug into the low just because I like it to be a little cleaner. The high setting is a little intense, and then it's got over here the vibrato controls, intensity and speed, very similar, you know, as to but this is really that kind of like swirling, like Leslie type vibrato. It's not like the tremolo vibrato that they have on a Fender amp. And then of course the depth on the reverb, which is very intense on these amps. The reverb gets really unbelievably deep very quickly, so I usually just keep it down around there, like the 9 o'clock, which is really like about 2 or 3 on the settings. I do have one of the foot pedals plugged in. I'm just using a regular, you know, like one you would use for like a reverb unit. I'm sure there are lots of ones that have 2, but just keep it on. These originally came with wooden, I think, foot pedals. I actually have one, but the problem with it is it has RCA plugs, and I try to put these adapters on there, but like these are like cheap Chinese adapters, and I'm really not happy with them. But the actual plug itself is on the end here. It's just a little RCA plug. So I'm sure you could find a way to, you know, make that pretty usable if you wanted to, if you wanted that wooden foot plug to go with this amp. Anyway, I'm just gonna put this down and let you hear it a little bit. It's definitely a cool amp, very vintagey, if you know what I mean. So let's take a just reverb. You take the reverb off.
Magnatone M10.